In just a puff, your health could be at serious risk. What seems like a quick moment of relief or enjoyment could actually be putting your bodies in harm's way. The consequences of this habit can be far reaching and even life threatening. Health starts with awareness, and change begins with understanding. Good day, I'm Ansaric Noblesa, and I'll be presenting to you our study entitled Perceived Susceptibility, Perceived Barrier, and Willingness to Stop E-Cigarette Use Among Nursing Students. This study focuses on e-cigarette use among nursing students, specifically the perceived susceptibility to its health risks, the barriers they face in quitting, and their willingness to stop. This study aims to provide valuable insights into the discussion on e-cigarette use among nursing students, with the goal of fostering a healthier campus environment and enhancing awareness. As future healthcare providers, understanding these factors is crucial in promoting healthier lifestyles and setting an example for others. So, for the background, electronic cigarette use or vaping has rapidly surged worldwide, especially among young adults aged 18 to 24. According to CDC, 9.2 of this age group reported vaping in 2021, highlighting a concerning trend. This rise is most pronounced in high-income countries, where adolescents often view vaping as less harmful than traditional smoking, a misconception fueled by peers, family influences, and targeted advertising. This study is significant for multiple groups. For student nurses, it raises awareness of vaping risks and encourages healthier habits. Nurse educator can use this finding to improve teaching strategies on substance use. School administrator can implement policies based on our findings to promote a healthier environment and reduce vaping incidents. Our findings can guide the school cleaning in the development of targeted health education sessions, addressing myths and risks of vaping. And lastly, future researchers can take idea on this finding and develop better anti-vaping initiatives. Research utilized a cross-sectional correlation design to study the relationships between the variables at single point in time, allowing us to assess the perceptions and the willingness of nursing students regarding e-cigarette use. We employed purposive sampling to specifically select 120 nursing students from a private college institution in Iloilo City. Data collection was conducted using a paper and pencil questionnaires, ensuring accessibility and ease of participation. The research instrument was evaluated for validity by three faculty members from the College of Nursing at one private college institution, and it was based on the Good and Skates criteria. In terms of reliability, the gathered information was systematically used and arranged into table, and the reliability coefficient was calculated using Cronbach alpha, and pilot study was also conducted. So for the profile of the respondents, major respondents are in their early 20s with more females. Majority get a high monthly allowance and live in urban areas. Majority of the respondents have tried traditional cigarettes before, and most respondents are new to vaping. So now, let's dive into the result. For the main responses of the perceived susceptibility, the two topmost indicators shows that nursing students are aware that vaping can harm the lungs and increase in acquiring lung diseases. And the two lowest indicators suggest that nursing students may not fully recognize or prioritize this risk. Most respondents shows high perceived susceptibility to vaping-related health risks. For the mean respondents on the perceived barriers, the topmost indicators suggest that nursing students perceive e-cigarette use as a stress coping mechanism and recognize the challenge of quitting due to withdrawal symptoms. In contrast, the lowest indicator shows that students are less influenced by the social appeal of vaping, such as finding it trendy or cool. However, gaps in the awareness about vaping risks and quitting resources highlights the need for better education. Most respondents reported moderate levels of perceived barriers, indicating that nursing students recognize some difficulties in dealing with vaping, such as quitting or accessing resources, but they don't see this challenge as overwhelming or impossible to overcome. For the mean responses on the willingness, the topmost indicator shows that nursing students are motivated to quit vaping due to the awareness of its health risks and financial costs. And the lowest indicator shows that nursing students are less likely to actively reduce vaping, seek support from their social circle, or participate in formal cessation programs. It shows that nursing students have high willingness to quit vaping. This indicates that nursing students are generally aware of the risks associated with vaping and are motivated to quit, reflecting a readiness to make a healthier choice. For the test of correlation, willingness is positively and moderately correlated towards perceived susceptibility, while perceived susceptibility has found no significant relationship in perceived barrier, as well as willingness is not also correlated to perceived barrier. For conclusion, it shows that perceived susceptibility and perceived barrier are not associated as well perceived barriers and willingness, but in contrast, perceived susceptibility is associated in willingness, so as perceived susceptibility increases, willingness also increases. So for the recommendation, student nurses can run peer education programs while nurse educators may include vaping topics. School clinics can support anti-vaping efforts by offering counseling, providing cessation programs, and sharing informative flyers about vaping risks. School administrators should create and enforce strict anti-vaping rules. And lastly, future researchers can study vaping habits and how well different solutions work. Together, these efforts can create a healthier, vape-free environment for students. That wraps up my presentation. In this fast-paced world, it's easy to overlook the risks, but understanding the dangers can be the first step towards making healthier choices for your future. Thank you for taking the time to listen. We hope this presentation has given you new insights and inspired greater awareness about vaping, especially among nursing students who are future health advocates.